Residents of Conyers, Georgia, are demanding answers at a town hall meeting tonight. They want to know why the EPA hasn't conducted more testing near a chemical plant that burst into flames 8 months ago. Others want the agency held accountable for failing to warn them of potential toxins that some claim are causing serious health issues. Does all this sound familiar? Because something very similar happened in East Palestine, Ohio, a year prior. News Nation investigative correspondent Rich McHugh was out front of that story when a train full of toxic chemicals derailed and burned for days after. Questions about the EPA's competence and honesty have lingered there ever since. And now we have this disturbingly similar story out of Georgia. News Nation investigative correspondent Rich McHugh joins us live from Conyers, Georgia. Rich, you attended some of that town hall meeting tonight. How did it go? Is it still going on?
Yeah, hi, Elizabeth. It's still going on right now. Residents there are confused. They're angry. Honestly, it felt like I was in a time warp back to East Palestine in the months after the train derailment and the toxic burn there. One resident came from East Palestine to help these residents navigate through this crisis. One question I heard was, what was I exposed to? And now, unfortunately, we have some answers to that, and it has a former EPA official who presided over this whole region speaking out, saying the EPA dropped the ball. September 2024, a chemical fire broke out at the biolab facility in Conyers, Georgia. Toxic smoke blanketed the area for miles. Local resident Cheryl Garcia didn't need to be told it was serious.
My husband came out to do something in the porch, and he came back and his eyes were burning and his throat was burning really badly.
This is serious.
This is right in front of our homes.
I mean, it's getting worse. So what do? We just evacuate?
17,000 residents did evacuate, but the majority were told to shelter in place as soot and ash rained down on Conyers for days. The EPA at the time said the soot and ash was, quote, not dangerous in any way, and that the dangerous compounds were detected well below concern levels. But independent testing done since then says otherwise. Did you test these?
Yes.
What did you find?
Products of incomplete combustion, which we all dioxins and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons with the same chemicals we found in East Palestine.
So now, carcinogens.
Carcinogens, correct.
8 months later, life is very different for Garcia. She's been diagnosed with vocal cord dysphonia. All of this stuff you got to take every day.
Every day.
And none of the stuff you took before this biolab fire.
Absolutely. My life has changed a lot.
Her attorney places blame on the EPA.
They should have known that chlorine gas was extremely deadly to humans.
When that soot and ash hit the ground, especially once that fire was continuously burning, there should have been ongoing testing.
Daniel Blackman was the EPA administrator of this region prior to the disaster. He says his successors could have handled the emergency better. Did the EPA here communicate the risks to the residents of Conyers effectively?
I don't think so, not at all. I think that at the time, the acting administrator was not necessarily taking the lead.
The attempt to not be honest with people about what really happened. People walk around with so many questions for which they can get no answers. And really what they want is the straight talk. Just tell me the truth.
For Cheryl Garcia, it's been emotionally devastating.
I feel lost and confused and afraid. And we can't trust anybody.
Now, EPA did not answer any of our specific questions, but did provide a statement. They said they did do independent testing and pushed us to their website for that information. They also said they deferred to Rockland County Fire Department, who was unified command in the disaster. Ultimately, that speaks to what Mr. Blackman just said, Elizabeth, that they did not take the lead here.
No, they did not. Wow. Rich McHugh reporting live down in Conyers, Georgia. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.